Hi, I'm Charles Band, and I'm here on the set of The Pit and the Pendulum in Giove, Italy. I hope you've enjoyed the picture, and we're looking forward every time to bringing you another edition of Full Moon's Videozone. This is volume number 2, and once again, we're going to have behind-the-scenes footage, merchandising news, and a whole bunch of new stuff to show you, so I hope you enjoy it.
High atop a hill outside of Rome sits the bucolic village of Giove, topped by its majestic castle, Castello di Giove. But the castle walls have been breached and the village invaded by Edgar Allan Poe and Stuart Gordon with Full Moon Entertainment's The Pit and the Pendulum. Director Stuart Gordon turns a 2-year obsession into reality, bringing his version of The Pit and the Pendulum to the big screen.
Use your horn!
The picture was inspired by a visit that I took to the Tower of London, and was walking through the dungeons and the cells and the various places where the beheadings took place, and realized that the things that people really did is far more horrifying than anything that a horror movie director could dream up. And in our movie, we are focusing on the character of Torquemada, who was a real historical figure, the man who invented the Spanish Inquisition, a Dominican friar who believed that he was serving God's will by burning 100,000 people at the stake.
Lance Hendrikson, star of Near Dark and Aliens, plays the diabolical Torquemada, who is led into temptation by the innocent baker's wife, Maria.
In Christ's name, I beg you, have mercy.
It would be like this guy's never done it with anybody. You know what I mean? He's been celibate. His eyes are dilated out to the edge. He's kind of washed himself, but never allowed anything else to happen. And then he sees this girl with this beautiful girl. That kind of thing is lust, I suppose. A reservoir of love that's never been tapped, and then lust, sure. That happens to everybody.
I swear by all the saints that I'm not a witch.
Bruna De Ricci plays Maria, Torquemada's unwitting and unwilling seductress.
In fact, when I first met her, I kept her at a distance. I really did things to make her kind of hate me and stay away from me, so that when we had these difficult scenes to do, that I would be nice to her and she would like be so relieved that we could actually do the scenes, and it would, because they were hard scenes to do. It's a war to do a movie like this.
Courageous and saintly, Maria becomes the Joan of Arc of the Inquisition.
Don't look down.
Fools! Why would I kill her? She was innocent.
I'll tell you what I think of a saint. For me, a saint is a person who fought against all odds. He has more passion than common sense. In that aspect, I think Maria is a saint. But to tell you the truth, I don't think Maria thinks she is a saint. For me, as an actress, I could never think of her as a saint. Maria does what she has to do.
Stop! Have mercy!
Get away from there, bitch!
Jonathan Fuller plays Antonio the Baker, a common man whom in the course of the film is forced to perform uncommonly heroic feats.
It's funny, there's a sequence in the first scene in the bakery where my wife is trying to get me to make love to her, as opposed to not worrying about the bread I'm baking so that we'll miss the auto da fe, because I have this great business-like idea to sell the bread on to the people going to the witch burning.
The bread is burning. Maria, we have our whole lives to love each other, but the bread is burning now.
Kind of the moral of this whole story is like, when your wife asks you to make love to her, do it. Don't go to the auto da fe.
Where do you think you're going?
Home, senor.
Are you heretics?
No.
And why are you leaving? Stand witness to the work of the Holy Inquisition. Back!
And so begins the simple twist of fate that culminates with Antonio suffering Torquemada's latest torture devices: the pit, the pendulum, and the rats.
I'm not like really freaked out by rats, or there's no animal that like makes me jump up, you know, like some people have snakes or something like that. Nevertheless, the thought of a couple hundred of the little darlings crawling all over me was like, ugh. The first couple weeks I was here, I would just go up every day and, you know, and feed them and, you know, pet them a little bit. They really go for peanut butter. It makes them crazy. It's like, I don't know, a drug to them or something. And that's how they're going to plan to really get them to be crawling all over me and like really focused in on the ropes.
Jonathan was subjected to hours of special effects makeup to create the angry and festering rat bites.
So it's interesting. Pietro's he does about 3 different layers of, first you've got the 3D layer, which is a mixture of spirit gum. He puts cotton on that to glue it down. Then a liquid rubber, latex over that. And works it so it actually looks like a bit of a chew, you know, ripped skin. He hits it with about 3 different types of red, too. So you've got like the rawness of the skin, the dried blood look, and then right at the end, a little fresh blood on top of it. Okay, off to eat. Great.
For the unique satanic monk look, without actually shaving his head, Lance Hendrikson also had to endure hours of special effects makeup with the application of a specially designed latex bald cap, created by Greg Canham and applied by Canham associate Bob Clark.
This is the bald cap for Lance, and it's built up in layers of latex and then peeled off, and then that's what we use to put on his head. Once we get this on and it's got makeup and such, then we put hair on it. He's got a little rim of hair in the style of the day.
This is the Elvis look.
These are the scars for Mendoza. They go on his hands. This good-looking guy here is the Count, and they exhume him to punish him for the sins against the church that he did while he was alive. And he gets flogged until he is broken into pieces. This here is an articulated mannequin for Esmeralda when she's burned at the stake. A bag of guts here. Always interesting to have extra guts when you need them. And bones for the various things. When Esmeralda explodes, bones and wood and things go flying.
Veteran actress Frances Bay plays the accused witch, Esmeralda.
As I'm led to the stake to be burnt, I reach out and I eat mouthfuls of gunpowder. It was just sugar candy, that's all, but it was black. You want a witch? I am a witch. And I curse you. I curse you. So I felt pretty blasé about this, you know. I'm being burnt, but it's not hurting me at all, naturally. My husband, who was here, couldn't bear it. But it was when the flames really got to this effigy and started to burn it, I felt weird inside. Like, that's me.
I'm sorry, mistress, that you weren't able to properly confess. There just wasn't enough time to torture you.
Thanks, anyway.
True to Stuart Gordon form, The Pit and the Pendulum does not lack those trademark moments of black comedy. Oliver Reed lightens the tone until he gets walled up as a cardinal sent by the Pope to end the Inquisition.
The good Lord, you know, Padre, he wants us to love our neighbor. No, roast him. No, roast him.
Also adding some off-kilter comic relief are the three stooges of the Inquisition. Dr. Huesos,
a deeply sensitive, understanding man who makes sure that people don't die before they confess to being a witch or a warlock.
Good morning, all. Sorry, I'm late.
Francesco the scribe,
Yeah, I write, I take the notes down, I make sure that everything is done by the book, with the book, for the book, and I wouldn't say that it always happens that way.
How can they confess if they don't have tongues?
and Gomez the undertaker.
I'm basically the grave digger. I'm the bus driver, the labor. Not that big of a part, you know. I would like to have a bigger role, but I couldn't get it. I asked for a larger one. Maybe next film.
For the entire length of the production, the principal cast of The Pit and the Pendulum lived together in the very castle they were shooting in.
This is like an acting commune because we've all been here 5 weeks and we're all living under the same roof. It's a phenomenon. So I'm wondering what that's going to look like on film.
Everyone seems to get in the act for The Pit and the Pendulum. These extras are actual Jove townspeople dressed up for a few days of Hollywood magic. Director Stuart Gordon's wife, professional actress Carolyn Purdy Gordon, gets burned at the stake.
By God's mercy, don't let me burn alive.
I think it's far more healthy to murder your wife on screen than in real life. So it has managed to keep our marriage alive and interesting.
Torquemada's ghosts manage to come back, and more than haunt him, they seek revenge and get it.
My goal with this film is to have the audience on the edge of their seat or under it.
The Pit and the Pendulum, a descent into hell, courtesy of Stuart Gordon, Edgar Allan Poe, and Full Moon Entertainment.
Well, I started out as a film editor and edited a number of films and quite a few films for Charlie Band also, and wrote a script for a film called Assault of the Killer Bimbos, and also wrote and directed a film called Terrorvision, which is a favorite among a group of kids, I'd say, from 12 to 22, something like that. We get some fan letters every once in a while for the film. It's like an absurdist monster movie that is hated by certain people and loved by other people. Subspecies is a vampire movie, and as far as I know, it's the first vampire movie that has ever been actually shot in Transylvania. And in shooting there, we got the benefits of shooting in a very unique place with a rich and frightening history in locations that are mystical and just have a look that you couldn't get anywhere else in the world. It's a story about two American girls who come to Romania to study the legends and folklore of Transylvania and find themselves involved with some vampires who are on the warpath with each other and end up turning into vampires themselves. The subspecies act in our film as familiars to the evil vampire. The evil vampire is sort of not only a vampire and a bloodsucker, but he's also a black magician. And he's learned the art of creating these little creatures that do his bidding. And the way he does it is he breaks off his fingers and tosses them to the ground, and they like bubble up and writhe into these foul little creatures. The way we realized this on film was we built these costumes that real-sized people could wear, and then we built sets in Romania that are like 6 times normal size, and they were built to match certain sets that we were shooting some of our scenes on. And we shot these characters from kind of Baroque camera angles using special lenses and special techniques of blue screen and forced perspective, and undercranking the film to give them a strange quality of movement. And we used these Romanian stuntmen who we were always having to kind of crack the whip on and pull back the reins because they wanted to like show off their stuff and do backflips and go crazy for us. The interesting thing about working in Transylvania, though, is that vampires aren't really a part of their local lore. The Transylvanians are more into werewolves and ghosts. So we found people just kind of looked at us mildly amused at the idea that we were making a vampire movie, and they sort of look at it as this uniquely Western fascination that's kind of silly.
In the dark past, humans were their prey, and blood was their life.
Find him before killing begins again.
Now in modern-day Transylvania, eternal evil has reawakened.
I'm afraid for you. She makes me want again. I must destroy him.
Subspecies, starring Michael Watson from General Hospital and Angus Scrim of Phantasm. Subspecies. The night has fangs. Pinhead. Blade. Ms. Leach. Jester. And Tunneler. Irene Miracle, Paul LeMat, Barbara Crampton, and William Hickey as the Puppet Master.
It can assume the physical nature of human thought.
Become any size, any shape it wants.
It became what Kidwell was looking for. There's no way out.
Louise Fletcher, James Hong, Sean Weatherly, Shadow Zone.
She will awaken a curse of passion.
I will become a creature.
It's a superstition, a ghost story.
To break this curse, the creature must be killed by the lady of the castle.
I love him.
Now she must destroy something that isn't real.
Kill this beast.
No.
To save a love that isn't human. Meridian, starring Sheridan Fenn from Two Moon Junction.
It's just a dream. It's just a dream.
They will wage the final battle for our future. Crash and burn. They thought they could unlock Toulon's secrets.
It's amazing.
But what these researchers have opened,
No one will escape.
We're all in danger as long as we remain in this house.
is a Pandora's box of death.
Our work must be completed tonight. No more ghostly games, trick or treat.
Puppet Master 2. His unholy creations hold the strings to your life.
I know how to get into things.
Hey, he! Toledo! Fuckers! She will confess! There is one faith. Hell, what is going on, guys?
Okay, just go with this. Okay.
Go, roll it.
Let's go.
But stop talking.
Whoa.
Ow! Fear his wrath. Shut up. The Pope also order. Where the fuck is my paper?
This will be something.
Pay heed, Toledo. What is the signaling and shit? Come on. And you intercenders. And you, my God. Done up front.
Okay, great. Go. Oh, shit.
Pay heed, Toledo, and all the Christian world. Fear God. Fear his wrath. There is one faith, one worship, one motor scooter.
Hi, I'm Charlie Spradling. You've seen me in Meridian and Puppet Master 2, and now I'm here to tell you how to become the ultimate full moon fanatic. It's our new fan club. When you join, you get this killer new full moon t-shirt and Moon Flash, which is a quarterly distributed magazine. It tells you all the behind scenes on all of our films and the new ones coming out and gives you first shot at all the collectible items, and all that for only $20. Some of the collectibles that we have are this Puppet Master comic book. It's the first in a series that you can order monthly. And also we have this 1991 calendar, and it's filled with all of the artwork from all the films that Full Moon has put out. It's got some great facts about horror films in it. We've also got posters, and we've got sweatshirts. Well, I've got a t-shirt on from Pitt. It's really cool. Can you see it? And you can get all this stuff by writing to Full Moon Entertainment, P.O. Box 526, 8721 Santa Monica Boulevard, West Hollywood, California, 90069.
Now you can get into the full moon madness by calling our toll-free hotline at 1-800-999-9559. Just tell the operator your name, address, and phone number, and we'll send you information on our latest merchandise and how to join the Full Moon Fan Club. Remember, 1-800-999-9559.
See you later.